next year would be very crucial as it would decide the fate of the NDA government. So let's hear from the top market veterans. What are they expecting from the Nifty in the year 2019?
Our view is that you should see a Nifty between 11,500 and 12,000 in the first half of 2019, driven primarily by earnings growth that we are seeing. Will there be volatility? Yes, no doubt about it. I think we are in a mature bull market. We have to contend with volatility. Where do we see value? I think financials, particularly the banks, look good. I mean, we're really backing those with a strong retail franchise on the liability side and with a broad-based financial services presence. Loan growth is coming back meaningfully.
I think you have to approach 2019 with a bit of caution, especially in the US, because not only are we seeing valuations at elevated levels, we are seeing risk to growth. We don't know what the Fed is. I mean, right now, there is obviously what is factored in is that the Fed will continue to raise rates for a bit. So I think there's definitely cautiousness on the US side. On India, I would say there is cautiousness more because of elections. But in terms of valuations, I think at least some of the mid caps now are discounting quite a lot of the negatives. The risk is more, I would say, right now, of course, large caps are a safe bet to be in. But the valuations, if you look at the Indian markets, again, the Indian markets are trading at a higher premium than historical levels to other emerging markets. And also the large caps in general have got pretty high valuations, and India's own historic valuations versus today were much lower. So there are some risks building up in pockets in India, but there's also a lot of value emerging at the same time.
There are plenty of uncertainties out there, and I'm not the expert who can bring it all together. The way I'm simplifying it for myself is I think cost of capital, uncertainty in cost of capital goes up. As cost of capital goes up, well-run banks who have capital buffers do well. IT and pharma companies who are capital light do well, and they benefit too from any weakness in the rupee that we see and we might see going forward. And beyond that, classical compounders, companies with consistent compounding, and we discussed Abbott Labs. You could throw in their Asian Paints, you could throw in their Pidilite. These sorts of companies do well. So you're playing the tactical piece through banks, IT, and pharma, and you're playing the structural piece through the standard story that we've been discussing here on classical compounders, consistent compound.